So we're working on the counterchange technique for our image. Today we're going to talk about how to actually start filling in the spaces on our drawing. So as you can see, I have an image where it started as just a scene from my living room, and then the lines from a piece of art on the wall have exploded out and taken over the entire space. The idea on this is that sometimes I've had things so that they seem transparent. Sometimes I have them as solid. I want a good mix and breakup of the space on the page because I'm going to be alternating my tones between those spaces. Kind of like a really messed up checkerboard. You're going to want to be looking for a two-tone high contrast effect. So in my case, I'm sticking to black and white. You can use color. I would just make sure that one color is dark and one color is light. And the tools I'm going to be using are various forms of markers, Sharpie, others type like that, to fill in the gaps. I wanted to break up the large chunks of space so that I had smaller things to do, and we're just going to alternate. So I'm going to start with some of these thin lines, and it really is just kind of up to you where you want to go. And the idea is you take a space and you color until it hits another shape, and then it would switch to white until it hits another shape, and it would switch to black. Now, when you have a crazy kind of composition like this, it's not always going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to find that you need to combine some shapes to make sense of what's going on. That it's not always going to be that perfect checkerboard effect, and that's okay, because again, what we're looking for in the end is a high contrast, alternating abstract image. Alright, so you may want to take your base drawing that you did in pencil, and you may want to complicate it some more, add in some other shapes like I did with the string effect, having those shoot across the page to break it up more. You can be very geometric with this, you can be very irregular, however you feel, because in the end you're going to end up with a pattern that's going to take any sort of realism you have and throw it out the window. And again, I'm doing it in black and white. You can choose colors. I recommend high contrast, so one dark color, one light color. Start by going over your pencil lines to establish the shapes. And then start alternating your coloring. So that's the counterchange technique, meant to make an abstract image out of anything you have going on. Now it's your turn. Happy drawing.